FUAD here, back on Behind the Gloves with another interview. I'm joined by the former world champion Darren at the No Guts No Glory gym. We've just seen D.Allen work out. My question to you is, you've, under your supervision, what
just got to give this a little plug. The gym, that's one of our slogans, No Guts No Glory. This is 12 Freeze gym. We've got one in Aldgate and one in Paddington, so check it out. So that was the businessman there.
I like it. You've got to think business. That's the main thing. But D.Allen, under your supervision, what is it that you think that you've adapted him to do best?
I guess from my own perspective, you know, I think looking back at my career, I was quite a good technical, tactical sort of boxer. I could read my opponents very well and come up with a problem to beat most opponents. You know, I lost a couple of fights, but otherwise I did okay. Not just in the professionals, but in the amateurs. You know, I had about 40 England appearances or vests or whatever you want to call them. Boxed from the country 40 odd times, and you know, I won a Commonwealth Games gold medal. And a lot of that was down to me being able to read my opponents and come up with a plan. And I think with Dave, though he's very tough, he's durable, he's strong, he has a great chin, he can also box, and for me it's about passing on my boxing knowledge to him. And luckily and thankfully he's like a sponge, he soaks it all up, and second to that, he has the ability to be able to adopt it. So when we've been doing pad work, bag work, sparring, he can implement what I've been asking him to do, and that's been so refreshing and very impressive to watch. Because I've told Dave, sorry to butt him, if he does show me what he showed in the gym on fight night, I couldn't tell you how far I'd go.
So where did this relationship actually start? I mean, you were friends before, but where was the starting point? Because it seemed to, obviously, you know, you coaching him come out of the blue all of a sudden.
Well, we met in Newcastle, I think it was Ritson, Patera, I think it was. Yeah, it was the Newcastle bit. It was the Newcastle bit. Yeah, I was trying to remember, it was a different bill. And David was up there, and we hit it off. We had a laugh, had a bit of fun, messing about, and kept in contact, see each other at the shows and blah blah. We're just mates, and we spoke prior to the Lucas Brown fight. When it was first made, and he asked for my opinion on how he felt the fight would go and what he would need to do, and he agreed with me, and he asked if he could come down the gym, 12 Freeze, and yeah, the rest is history. I mean, I guess the first camp I used as an experiment, really, to see if it was something I wanted to do, because I'm quite busy at the minute, you know, quite a lot going on in the world of business, but also as a dad, you know, I've got 3 kids and a wife, and you know, life's quite good. So did I need to overcomplicate it? So I enjoyed it. It was good. When you work on stuff like we did for the Lucas Brown fight and it pays off, like the body chart, it was just, wow, you know, it was great. It was like filled a void that it would always be left from boxing. So that's it. I'm now a fully licensed coach. Crazy.
What can you do? What do you think you can take away from Dave as a fighter, where he is, you know, not just boxing wise, but you know, the sort of fan base he has? What can a coach take away from that, as it's your first, you know, big sort of challenge in a coaching world? What
can I take away from it as a
learning point of view for yourself?
Well, for me, I mean, it's, look, I've said it a few times, boxing has been very good to me. Yeah. You know, I've like I say, I've been managed to represent my country. I've won medals. I've won titles as a pro that I really only dreamt of, and it's all come true. So for me now, it's a new chapter in my boxing sort of career or whatever, in my on the story that is boxing. So it's like I say, most fighters will say this, and this is why you see a lot of fighters carry on way into their 30s, 40s. In some cases 50s, because there's a void that's been left, you know, that can't be filled. I don't know what it is, that buzz of winning, you know, competing, performing, the buzz, the attention. I don't know what it is, but for me it was being a naturally competitive person. There was always a void of winning, and now helping Dave win fights fills to an extent that void. So it's a buzz, you know, it's a buzz for me.
Let's talk about the main event on this card. Whyte back again fighting another tough opponent where, you know, he's been mandatory for a long time. First of all, what do you make of the whole mandatory situation? He's been up there for a very long time and he's still not got the world title shot, and he's fighting credible opponent time after time. What do you make of the whole situation there?
Well, I think WBC are making a mockery of themselves, if I'm honest, with this new franchise belt. I think it's absolute madness, and you know, I think one of the, if not the most credible boxing organisation, governing body, whatever you want to call it, one of the main ones, most respected ones from previous years, is going down as one of the most ridiculous. So it's a shame, and I have to take my hat off and to D.Allen Whyte for holding it together and being so patient, because lesser men would have, you know, who knows what they'd have done, completely gone nuts, but he hasn't. He's held it together and he's taken on all comers. So with Oscar Rivas, that is certainly the case. He's a seriously good fighter, you know. You hear the term or the phrase banana skin, well, Rivas is certainly one of those. If D.Allen Whyte was to lose to Oscar Rivas, I wouldn't be shocked, and I don't think many would.
Yeah. If he did, what position does that leave him in? Because number one, he'll drop position from the mandatory position, and really, where does he go from there?
Well, it's everything. Excuse me. In boxing, I guess, you know, when there is a defeat, it's the manner of defeat. And if he was to get blown away, which I couldn't see happening, then it's a very tough road back. But if it's a close fight, then there's always a possibility of a return or something like that. So you don't know, but it would massively affect his career, and again blow the heavyweight division wide open, because you know you got someone there, D.Allen Whyte, who's sitting at the top of the WBC. If he was to get blown away, you get Oscar Rivas up there, and you know it opens the opportunities for other fighters, including D.Allen. So I'm a big fan of D.Allen Whyte. He's a great man. He's funny bloke, and I hope he does the business. It's gonna be tough though.
Put a scenario there. I'm just going to say, if Dave Allen blows out David Price, amazing performance, D.Allen Whyte loses, is that a fight that you'd be interested for him to take straight away?
I'm sure Dave Allen would want redemption, you know, having lost to D.Allen before. But I can't see it happening, if I'm honest. I think D.Allen Whyte will find a way next Saturday. Pretty sure my man will win, and I think they go on completely different paths. Though they're both searching for the same thing, because you know, though people would laugh at the potential of Dave Allen being a world champion, I'm sure the same people were laughing at Andy Ruiz, who in BoxRec was sat one place above Dave Allen in their rankings. I think he was sat at number 18 prior to the Anthony Joshua fight, and now where is he? You know, Dave Allen's 19. So. It's not just about getting opportunities, it's about taking them. So we're a long way off that yet. We're not getting carried away, far from it. We've got to take care of business on the... Do you know what? I hate it when people say we. Though we are a team, it's Dave's got to get in there and do it. So he's got to take care of business, and then we can look at the future.
Darren Barker, thank you very much for speaking to Behind the Gloves. Cheers.
Thanks.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else